Hello everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. I'm so glad you dropped by today. I have an exciting little card to share with you, and it's the shaped card house. So I found these dies on Amazon, and it's called the House Builder Card Base, and it's by a company CXV. It's a 30-piece set, and I'll be using that plus this embossing folder to add a lot of details to this little house card. Just look at these dies. They are so intricate. There's a little fence, some greenery, planter boxes, etc. So here is the card base. This is our little house that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So if you're working from an 8 1/2 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, you can get 2 little houses out of 1 sheet of paper. I'll be using my Caterpillar Pro paper cutter. This is a self-sharpening little cutter, and it cuts beautifully. Then I'll use my scoreboard and just get this scored right at 4 1/4. Now this is the basis for the shaped card. A regular A2 top folding card. And this is pretty heavy cardstock that I'm using, just to give it a lot of stability. So I'll get my die put on there, and you can see I'm going to leave a gap towards the top because I don't want to cut through the fold line. So you need to make sure that overhangs your fold line of your A2 card. This is going to create the little shaped card right here. I'm running it through my Sizzix Big Shot. Have to do this a couple of times because now this is double thickness and it is a heavyweight cardstock. So if it doesn't happen to cut all the way through, just take your scissors and trim it out around the edge. So there's our little shaped card. Now we get to move on to the fun part. All right, I'm going to do the front of my house here out of this little brick paper. And then I'll do the roof line out of a coordinating color, just a solid here, and using my Diamonds embossing folder. And I'm going to run this right through my Sizzix Texture Boutique to do the embossing on the roof. That Diamonds embossing folder, by the way, is from Paper Studio. This is just going to add a little more detail to this cute little house. I thought this made a great little roof texture. All right, that will go right there. Now we move on to all the details, and these dies really contain the details. I've got a little dormer window that's going to go up on my roof, and it'll be lined in that aqua color. I'm just going to lay out several of these things. Here's some little stairs that go at the front door. I've got some of those cut out, and you can see these are just going to fit beautifully one on top of the other. Now look at this little door. What detail in that die cut. All right, I'm going to jump through and just show you. I'm not going to cut everything. This video would be way too long, but I'm just going to show you a few of the details as you work through this 30-piece die set. I did not use everything in this set. I was just making my very first card, and I'm really impressed. And of course, you can see the possibilities of adding detail to your house are unlimited. There's a little trim piece that goes on the top of our doorway, some planter boxes. I mean, so many things. So I'm just getting my windows cut out and the little work that goes around the windows, even a little set of curtains. So cute. So I'm going to speed this up and just show you a little of each thing to show you how this kind of goes together. So the curtains will go in the window, and then this framework will go around the curtains and the window, giving you this cute little framed up window. All right, now the greenery and flowers that will go in each of my flower boxes that I'm going to be using under the windows. There, I've got those all cut out, and I'll quickly get some of these things put together. Oh, and even a little doorknob set. Now I'm not sure what all these pieces and parts go through, but it couldn't get any tinier. But yes, they've included lots of details for your little shaped house here. So I'm putting the curtains in one of the windows. I'll just show you how quickly this goes together. Get that glued on, and then that little brown framework around the outside of my windows, and I'll go on and do that for the other one off camera and just keep moving along with putting this card together. Now it does have a lot of pieces and parts, but it makes for great a detailed shape card. Okay, see how quickly this goes together? Now I did, in hindsight, think, oh, I need to pull out my reverse tweezers because these pieces are so small. The tweezers keep me from getting glue all over my own fingers and help me place these exactly where I need them. A lot easier than just handling it with my fingers. Okay, so just going through, putting on the little oval window on the door. Now, as you will see from that 30-piece die set, you can put a little wreath on your door. There's more floral and greenery that you could put in pots for the front porch, and use the little picket fence and add bushes along the bottom of your, or shrubs along the bottom of your house. You could just go on and on. You could even use the little wreath for each window if you wanted to do a little Christmas house at some point. Anyway, you get plenty of dies in this set. Now the only detail work I'm going to do with a marker today is on the steps. I just wanted to add a little shadow at the bottom of each step just to separate them a little bit visually. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that didn't take very long. Just to add a little bit of shadow there, and that will go right at the bottom of my door. You kind of just line up the cutout with the bottom frame of the door, and that tells you where your steps should be adhered. And there we go. Now I'll start getting some of this stuff put down on my card as soon as I get the doorknob on here. Again, I don't think this could get any tinier. I'm going to use these two pieces. I am not sure what that little bitty dot is for, but I'm using the elongated piece and then of course this curved doorknob, which is kind of fancy. And I will just leave that little round piece out because I don't know where that goes. Maybe I'll figure that out a little down the line after I make a few more of these. Okay, I'm going to get that dormer window put together and get that put on the roof. Oh, this also comes with a little chimney that you can add to your roof. I mean, it's just an adorable little set. See how quickly this goes together, and then that frames up my window to kind of go with the color of my door. Now you could do this any way you want it to. I just kind of wanted to pull that color from the roof down to my front door. So that's why I chose the colors that I did for this. All right, the last thing I need to do after getting this little dormer window put together is to add my planter box. I'm going to use a planter box at the dormer window and under each one of those windows down at the bottom. Now on the bottom windows you can put those directionally how you want. I decided to use them horizontally, but you could certainly use them vertically as well if you like a taller window. So that's part of the plus of the build your own house card here. Do what appeals to you and it will turn out just the way that you like it. Okay. You can see how quickly this goes together once you get all your little pieces and parts cut out. Just building my house up very quickly here. Get my windows put on the front with my little planter boxes. And then to speed things up, I will show you one window where I add the planter box with the greenery and some of the flowers, so you don't have to sit here and watch this repetitive process for each window. Look how cute this is. I just love it. What a great little card for new homeowners or somebody who's moved into the neighborhood. Welcome, home, any kind of cards like that related to home. It just comes out so adorable. Okay, now I do have to admit this is a lot of pieces and parts, but watch, it will be well worth it. I'll get this last bit of greenery put in the top window box, and then I will go through and show you how I use those tiny little flowers. They actually look like small stars, but you get the idea that it is a planter box full of flowers. They're so tiny, I like to give myself a little adhesive and just dip into that rather than trying to apply the glue to the greenery first, because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put my flowers until I start placing them. So just filling up my little flower boxes, and that's what that looks like with my curtains in the background. And that completes the card for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you'll give this die set a try. I found this on Amazon. Here's the inside of my card, and you can see the shape there. And this is my lined envelope. Come visit me on YouTube and search for Easy Peasy envelope liners, and I'll show you how to do that without any dies or special measurements. So there is my cute little completed card. It doesn't have any bulk, nothing's popped up on foam tape, but it has plenty of character and plenty of details. I'm so glad you dropped by. Please feel free to subscribe, leave me comments, and I'll see you next week. Happy crafting, everyone.